What if you had it all, but nobody to call?
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're breaking down the career of Canadian pop sensation Justin Bieber and the dark turns it's alleged to have taken along the way.
There were a lot of videos of Justin recently. I think it might have been at Coachella. He looked really, it was concerning.
I got my peaches out in Georgia. Oh yeah. I get my weed from California. That's that. I took my chick up to the north, yeah.
He sold over 150 million records worldwide. He's won literally hundreds of music industry awards and accolades. He's the youngest solo act to have 8 Billboard 200 #1 albums. So with all of that in mind, it might come as a shock to learn that Justin Bieber's recording career started off as a virtual fluke.
And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears.
Record executive Scooter Braun, browsing YouTube in 2008, happened to click on a video of Bieber performing an acoustic cover of Ne-Yo's So Sick. Things happened at a whirlwind pace from then on, with Braun and R&B megastar Usher signing Bieber to their joint record label. Soon after, Bieber was releasing successful singles, hitting the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100 without having an album out, a more or less unheard of feat in the music industry.
I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time.
By the time his debut EP, My World, was released in 2009, Bieber was a bona fide sensation, adhering to a punishing touring schedule and seemingly countless television appearances. The singer was also exposed to the more difficult aspects of fame, particularly the excessive hate and vitriol. Bieber's runaway smash single, Baby, featuring rapper Ludacris, became the most viewed video on YouTube in July 2010, and also the most disliked.
Like, baby, 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 oh, thought you'd always be mine.
Being the most searched for celebrity online will be a lot to handle for anybody. Now imagine just being 16 years old when you've earned that distinction. As Bieber's career reached new heights, so did the immense pressure he was under. By 2013, the cracks were beginning to show.
Justin Bieber is accused in a story in Star magazine of fathering the child. There he is, the fresh-faced Justin Bieber, 17 years old, is accused of fathering a child with a 20-year-old woman. She's been threatening to slap him with a paternity lawsuit. She wants him to take a paternity test.
A series of relatively innocent scandals, save for a bizarre allegation that Bieber had fathered a child at 17, appeared to simply be the behavior of a young man acting out. The real trouble began in 2014, when Bieber was arrested in Miami Beach, Florida, and charged with driving under the influence and resisting arrest.
It's the first video of Justin Bieber's alleged drag race down a Miami Beach street. You see Bieber's rented yellow Lamborghini and his friend's red Ferrari flash by, and then their entourage's SUVs. Finally, the police crews are racing to catch up. That officer ultimately busting Bieber.
A frivolous petition, signed by an estimated 270,000 people, demanded that the White House deport Bieber back to Canada for his behavior. The incumbent Obama administration declined to comment. That wouldn't be the end of it, though. By the end of 2014, Bieber had been charged with vandalism, arrested again for dangerous driving in his native Stratford, Ontario, and accused of assaulting an Argentinian paparazzo. While these cases were largely resolved by Bieber, usually by paying a fine or engaging in community service, they clearly demonstrated that being in the spotlight 24/7 is hardly healthy for someone of his age.
Mr. Bieber, you are charged with the following: DUI, alcohol or drugs, resisting without violence, and driving with an expired driver's license.
Police say Bieber admitted to having alcohol, pot, and prescription medication in his system. If convicted, he faces up to 6 months in jail.
A 2019 Instagram post to Bieber's official Instagram account appeared to address years of bad behavior on the singer's part. Over a lengthy wall of text, Bieber reflected on the past decade, opening with, "It's hard to get out of bed in the morning with the right attitude when you are overwhelmed with your life, your past, job, responsibilities, emotions, your family, finances, your relationships." Bieber attempted to put his actions in context, noting the lack of a support system available to child stars working in Hollywood, and the virtually unfathomable experience of becoming world famous at such a young age.
Do you feel that you were self-destructing?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure. 100%. Yeah. 100%. It would have been no bueno. It was bad. It would have been, yeah. I don't know if I'd be alive, for sure.
He even admitted to heavy substance use. In a YouTube docuseries, Bieber noted that upon waking up, the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt and starting my day. This scared Scooter Braun so badly that the talent manager once shared that he was afraid to go to sleep at this time, worried that something would happen to Bieber overnight. Well, Bieber has publicly claimed that those years are behind him, citing his reinvigorated Christian faith and marriage to Hailey Baldwin. Some fans and spectators have grown increasingly concerned about him in the 2020s.
Taking the necessary precautions necessary to not get any worse, I guess. Listen to Hailey when she says she feels that I'm run down, and it's good to have her as, checks and balances. She can let me know when I'm like, all right, you're looking depleted right now.
Releasing the albums Changes and Justice in 2020 and 21 respectively, the accompanying Justice World Tour faced significant delays as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. By the time the tour finally got off the ground in 2022, further unforeseen issues became apparent.
Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions.
Originally scheduled to end in March of 2023, the Justice World Tour ended abruptly with its Rio de Janeiro show in September of 2022, said Bieber on social media. After getting off stage, the exhaustion overtook me, and I realized that I need to make my health a priority right now. So, I'm going to take a break from touring for the time being. I'm going to be okay, but I need time to rest and get better.
Justin Bieber announcing that he is canceling the rest of his world tour over health issues. In a message to his fans, Bieber says his reasons for canceling are part physical and part mental. Now, you may recall the singer had a recent health scare after developing a rare neurological disorder which temporarily paralyzed the right side of his face. It wasn't Bell's palsy, but something similar.
This was partially attributed to a bout of COVID, but most prominently to Ramsay-Hunt syndrome type 2, a viral infection of the facial nerve.
As you can see, this eye is not blinking. I can't smile on this side of my face. This nostril will not move. So there's full paralysis in this side of my face. So for those who are frustrated by my cancellations of the next shows, I'm just physically, obviously not capable of doing them.
At the end of 2022, Bieber made the unprecedented move of selling his music catalog for a reported $200 million, owing to rumored financial woes and accusations of being on the verge of financial collapse, according to TMZ. With the exception of a few live performances here and there, Bieber took a well-deserved break from the spotlight in the following years.
Justin Bieber just sold his music catalog for an estimated measly $200 million. He made the deal with an investment company based in the UK. The catalog includes more than 290 Bieber songs. The sale is reportedly the biggest involving an artist from Bieber's generation.
With rumors of a musical comeback swirling through the first half of 2025, fans took notice of posts Bieber made to Instagram. In a series of videos posted in May, for example, Bieber rambled at length about Alaska living, God and Jesus, and loyalty.
G.O.D., our boy Jesus, he's got a plan, and he works all things together for Gucci. Gucci is what we mean when we mean good. They want to be like a rat, stealing your cheese.
These appeared in the wake of growing concern about the state of his mental health. An April 2025 Hollywood Reporter quoted an anonymous former team member as saying, "He's lost. There's no one protecting him because there's no one there willing to say no to him. You say no, you get blown out."
Justin Bieber was broke in 2022 when he sold that music catalog. Broke. And we get into his church. But as for that Coachella incident, you're right. I mean, there is video of him looking, there it is, really out of it.
Although reps quickly slammed the story as pure speculation, fans couldn't help but point to his increasingly bizarre and vulnerable social media presence. On Instagram, Bieber often posted about feeling like a fraud and unworthy of his considerable success. Perhaps the most prominent elephant in the room was Bieber's past association with disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
The hip-hop legend's career was blown apart in late 2023 when his former partner, Cassie Ventura, accused him of grave abuse. Months later, Combs was charged with sex trafficking and racketeering and subject to dozens of lawsuits alleging disturbing misconduct. With Combs' trial looming, those close to Bieber have worried that it could serve as yet another source of distress for him.
Yeah, so as soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
And out. Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Concern for Bieber grew dramatically after a 2009 YouTube video resurfaced, in which the young singer claims to have spent a crazy 48 hours with Combs. The mogul asserts that he can't reveal what happened in that time, but that it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. Said an anonymous source to US Weekly 2024, he has such a history with Diddy, and the allegations against him have been hard to process.
They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
While Bieber and Combs' personal history remains unclear, what's unambiguous is that nearly 2 decades of intense media scrutiny hasn't exactly been to Justin's benefit. Music industry insiders and longtime fans are rooting for his career comeback, and most of all, for his internal peace. What do you think? How can Hollywood better protect its young stars? Be sure to let us know in the comments below.